Hi guys, welcome back. So if you'd like to see how I created this peachy look today, stay tuned because it's coming up next.
You know what? It really doesn't matter if you talk through it or not. Either they're gonna watch it or they're not gonna watch it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just do the video how you want to do it, because those that want to watch it will and those that won't. So stop stressing over it. You want to talk? Go ahead and talk.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. And today I'm just gonna go ahead and do a look, and I'm going to talk through it some, so I'm not just going to edit it up and add music. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with some of this e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer, and I'm going to use this to hydrate my face. I'm actually at a point where I'm trying to use up some of the products that I have that I really like, because I do want to go through some of my products, because I'm constantly trying new things, constantly buying new things, but I really want to be able to have an empties video and I want to be able to truly know what my favorite products are. And actually this e.l.f. hydration is one of my very favorite products when it comes to moisturizing the face. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's one of my favorites. So after I moisturize my face, I tend to start with my eyebrows. I know people start with different things, but I start with my eyebrows, and I'm going to go ahead, and I've been using this Bella Pierre Stay Put Brows Gel, and this is what it looks like. And it's in a really deep brown color. This is the color Licorice. So I guess it can go for brown eyebrows as well as black. And how this looks is it does come, my hands are slippery now, but it does come with a little applicator brush on the tip. I don't like to use it though. It's not precise enough for me, so I usually choose one of my own brushes to use for my eyebrows. So today I'm just going to use this brush here to kind of detail my eyebrows with, and I'm just going to dip it in here and outline my eyebrows and then fill them in. Now I've just reached a point where I've started getting more comfortable with doing my eyebrows. Honestly, I used to hate doing my eyebrows. I don't hate doing them as much as I used to. I think it's because I stress over them less. I don't really, you know, just kind of try to get perfect eyebrows. I just try and get them as even and as neat as I possibly can, knowing that I'm gonna go in with the concealer and try and clean them up also. So that's what I'm doing now, just trying to get them as neat and as even as possible, but I never get it quite right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take a spoolie and try and brush out some of that color into my actual eyebrow hairs. Okay, so now I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I usually use the color Fawn. So I'm going to go ahead and take my LA Girl Pro Conceal and just dab a little bit of that on my hand so I can line out my eyebrows and make them look even neater. And I learned a long time ago, it's okay if I mess up, because I can always go back and just kind of fix it up a little bit if I need to. Because sometimes if I go too fast, as you can see, I'll draw over. I'll do my tail a little bit too thin. Okay, so now that I have my eyebrows looking halfway decent, like distant cousins, because they not close, they not kissing cousins, but they distant cousins, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids to get ready for my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use the leftover concealer that I have on my hand and use that to prime my eyelids a bit. Okay, so now that I have that concealer on my eyelids, what I like to do is I like to take my little e.l.f. I like to take my e.l.f. translucent powder, and it's just a white, their white powder, and I like to set my eyelids with that just so that they don't start to crease on me. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to use tape on my eyes today just so I can have a nice, clean, precise look. So I'm just going to place a piece of tape on the outer portion of my eye. I usually try to just place my tape, you know, kind of diagonally with my eyebrow, where I stop my eyebrow. That's kind of how I like mine. Now the question is, are my eyebrows even and the same length? And the answer is usually no. So today, since I want to do a peach look, I am actually going to play around in this oldie but goodie here, which is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with this color up here, which is just peachy. And I'm going to go ahead and place that on the upper portion of my lid. If you know anything about me, you know that I love using color all over my lid. So a lot of things that I do regarding my eyeshadow and things like that might be considered faux pas, or like, oh, you're not supposed to put a shimmer there, or you're not supposed to put this color here or there. I really don't care. I'm not afraid to venture out and try new things and just do something that I think I might like. I might not like it, and if I don't, it's no big deal. I can just wash it off. But if I think I'm gonna like it, then I'll go ahead and try it. I really like that color. It's pretty. It actually has a little bit of a hint of a gold shimmer in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like peach with a little bit of gold shimmer in there. So it's kind of like I don't even have to do a highlight at the end of the day. Okay, so that's enough of that. Next, I'm going to move into this peach color here. And that one is Candied Peach. Candied Peach. And I'm going to focus that in the crease area. Now I really want this look to be a true peach. I don't want it to turn orange. I don't want it to turn pink. So that's why I'm really focusing on these peach eyeshadows, because I want it to be true peach. Okay, so I think I have as much of that color as I want on right now. Now what I want is I want a really bright lid. So instead of me doing a deeper, darker color, I think I'm gonna go in with this color here, Georgia. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with Georgia, which is this color here. And I'm going to place that on my lid. But for that part, I think I actually do want to put down a white base. So I'm going to use my NYX eyeshadow primer for that. I'm sorry, it's not NYX, it's my LA Girl. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and place that lighter shade, the Georgia shade, on top of that white base. I really want this look to be simple, so I'm going to go ahead and do some eyeliner, and then I'll decide if I want to add glitter, because I'm actually thinking about doing a little glitter also. And I'm going to use for my eyeliner my Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Liner, and it's just jet black, and it's a liquid liner, and it has a brush tip applicator, and this is my favorite. I use it all the time, so this is definitely my favorite. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face, and I'm going to prime first, And I'm actually going to, you know what? I was going to use one of my samples, but I'm not going to do that because I'm trying to use up products. So I'm going to use one of my favorite face primers, and it is this e.l.f. Poreless face primer that I have. Looks like this. And I really, really like this stuff. This is actually like one of my favorite face primers to use. It's just really creamy and soft, and I just like the way it makes my skin look and feel underneath my foundation. It definitely has a blurring effect for your skin. So if you want something that does help to eliminate pores, that's kind of soft and creamy, not too drying for your face, this is a great primer. And it's very inexpensive. I don't know if it's about it's anywhere, I think, from like $6 to $10 from e.l.f. This is almost turning into a e.l.f. tutorial, but now I'm going to move on because I don't have any e.l.f. foundation that matches my color, so won't be using that. But I think I'm going to actually use this LA Colors Truly Matte Foundation, the $6 foundation that everybody was raving about. I've only tried it, I think, once, maybe twice, and so I want to get a little more familiar with it. I have the color Cappuccino, so I'm going to go ahead and use this today. So I'm just taking a few pumps on my hand. Ooh. And this is what it looks like. So it's pretty thick, and I'm just going to use one of my oval brushes to apply it to my face. I meant to do some color correcting, but sometimes I forget, so we won't be color correcting today. I don't know if any of you guys like using these oval brushes for like specific things. I really, really like using them, I found, for my foundation and also for concealer for some reason. It's just certain things that I prefer to use it for, but I can't seem to use it for anything else. Like, I can't use them for powder. I can only use them for creams. So I like using it for, like I said, foundation and concealer, and also what do you call it, contour. I like using it for contour also. And these brushes aren't anything expensive, you know. These aren't that expensive brand, I guess, whatever it is, the Artiste brushes, or I can't think of the name of them right now, but these are just some little cheap ones that I got from Amazon. So I think I got like a pack of 6 on these. I bought 2 packs because I bought an original set, but then I also bought another set for my travel kit because I like them so much. And they were only like about $9 for like the set of 6. So I really like them. And these actually have a really pretty rose gold handle on them, so makes me feel extra fancy. Okay, so now that my foundation is done, I'm going to move on to some concealer. And my favorite concealer right now is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And the shade that I use is this Deep Golden? Sorry, y'all, I can't see. Yeah, I believe it's Deep Golden. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it needs to be shaken up and mixed up. So I'm just going to mix this up a bit and make sure I have the color right and do a little bit of highlighting. And once again, I am going to be using one of my oval brushes, but I'm using the smaller oval brush. And what I like to do is I like to just start out by kind of tapping the concealer into my skin, because I noticed that when I sweep and wipe that I really lose a lot of product by doing that. So I just kind of try and pat it in, and then on the outer edges work with blending it out into my foundation. Today I'm just kind of doing a light conceal. not anything too major. Okay, so now that I have that concealer kind of blended out a bit, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of contour. Not too much, but just a little bit of contour. And for my contour, I am going to be using my favorite contour, which is the Fenty Matchstick. And this is in the color Espresso. So this is what that looks like. And I'm just going to place just a small amount in the upper portion of my cheek area. Try not to drag it down too far. Sometimes I'm guilty of creating a whole line across my face, but I'm gonna try and tone it down a little bit today. And I'm also going to add just a small amount of contour to my nose. I really don't even know why I do it, because I don't have a problem with the shape of my nose. I actually like the shape of my nose, so you know what, I'm just gonna leave it alone today. And I'm going to use this same brush that I used for my foundation to blend out my contour. Okay, so now that I have that blended out pretty much to my liking, I'm gonna go ahead and use some of my Collab powder. And this is what the container looks like. And this is in the color Almond Caramel. And it's just a nice, warm, loose setting powder. And I don't really like to bake because I have very dry skin, so I don't like to bake. I typically like to just set my concealer and dust it off and keep it pushing. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. My face is so dry that whenever I used to bake, it just seemed like under my eyes would just immediately start chipping and cracking off, and it was just terrible. So I'm like, I guess baking it for everybody, because it's definitely not for me. That's for sure. It's definitely not for me. And when it comes to powder, it's like a little dab will do you, you know. It's like, for me, the less the better. And my skin is kind of crazy. I used to have extremely oily skin, like really, it would just really grease up really bad. And now it's like, well, I went through a phase of having like combination skin where some areas would get really dry and really patchy, and then other areas would still get oily. It was very confusing, and I'm still kind of in that phase, but I noticed that the older I get, that's the less oily my skin is and the more dry it's getting. So I'm trying to work on hydrating my skin a bit more because it gets really dry, and I know it probably has to do with the time of year and the weather also. Okay, so now that we're nicely powdered and set with the Collab powder, which currently is my favorite powder, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I always do and just lightly dust my face with my Maybelline Fit Me, and this is the Poreless Matte Face Powder in the number 360, and this is the pressed powder. So I'm just going to use my brush to dust some of this, just to, it's not too bad. I actually like the brightness that I have right now, but I just always feel like I need to go over with something that's my own skin tone. And just make sure my whole face is nicely set. Even though that foundation is very matte, as you can see, it's almost like you don't even need any powder. So I'm just going to gently go over my face, not too much, because I do want this look to stay bright. Okay, so next, moving back to the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and smoke out the lower lash line and bring a little bit of that color down as well. But I also think I want to get a little bit glitzy, a little bit glammy. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer or glimmer. A little bit of shimmer or glitter to this look also. So let me go ahead and try and bring some color down to the bottom. So I think for the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this brown color here, which is Charmed, I'm sure. And I'm going to use that right below my lash line and then try and smoke it out with the peach color. Okay, so now that I have that warm chocolate color, just kind of smoking out my lower lash line a bit, I'm going to now go into the peach color and try and bring some of that peach color below that. Okay, so now I have like a little bit of a smoldering peach look going on my lower lash line. So now let's go ahead and add a little bit of sparkle to this look. So what I want to do is I want to use some of my Profusion Metallic Eye Pigment. And this is what that looks like. But first I'm going to take some of my e.l.f. glitter primer. And I'm just going to place a small amount of that on my lid area to add this. I don't even know if I want it to go all the way across. I just know that I want to add a little bling. So we'll see what happens. And this is what it looks like. Okay, that's not bad. It actually just added a nice little subtle shine to the lid. So I'm okay with that. And as you can see, this stuff can get quite a bit messy. I have fallout all over my face now, so I'm going to have to use some tape or something to try and get that off. I don't think I put enough of the glitter primer for the amount of glitter that I'm using. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish up my face with my blush and my highlighter. So for blush, of course, I'm going to use this beautiful Milani blush. It is in the shade Coral Cove. So it's a really, really pretty peachy type color. This is a really, really big brush. This is one of the brushes that I got out of one of my sets in my Amazon makeup brush haul. And it's a very, very nice brush actually. Very nice. So this is from one of the MS Cube sets. So I just want to give myself a nice peachy glow. I think I'm going to use this Makeup Revolution London Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold palette. This is what the box looks like. Let me go ahead and open it up. I actually ordered this from Amazon quite a while ago and I always forget about it. And when it came, one of the shades was broken, which is this shade right here. So I had to repress it. That's why it looks crazy. But the highlights in here actually look pretty nice. So I'm actually going to go in with this highlight here and hopefully it's not too dark. It's actually quite nice. It's very, very golden, as you can see. Very, very gold, but it's pretty. Okay, and so for the lips today, I think I'm going to go for a peach look. So I'm going to swatch two lipsticks because I'm not sure which one I want to use. So the first lipstick I'm going to swatch is this Milani lipstick, and this is the color Naturally Chic. Naturally Chic. So it's this color here. So that's what that one looks like. Naturally Chic. And the next color I'm going to swatch is one of my NYX Liquid Suede. And this is the color Initiator. So that's what that one looks like. That's the lighter shade. I think I'm going to go with the Milani. First, I'm going to go in with a lip liner. And this is my dark brown Kiss Perfect Precision Lip Liner. I really like these Milani lipsticks. They're very, very soft and creamy. They're regular lipsticks. They're not matte or anything like that, but they smell really, really good and they feel really nice on the lips. Nice and smooth and creamy. Oh, I almost forgot one more thing. With a look like this, you have to have a nice drop of brightness in that inner eye corner. So I'm going to take some of these Cover FX drops, and this is actually a liquid highlighter, but I don't like using it as highlighter at all. It's like impossible for me to control, so I'm just going to be using this as a highlight for my tear duct. So I'm just taking the applicator and a brush and just using that. I almost forgot mascara. I'm going to go in with this Tarte mascara, which is actually my favorite mascara currently. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with some of that. Now, just looking here, you can clearly see the difference that the Tarte mascara makes. It really, really adds length and depth to my eyelashes. If you compare this one to this one, this is why I love this mascara. It really, really thickens and lengthens them, and I don't have to put on falsies. You see what that Tarte mascara did? That made my eyelashes look like little spiders. But I love it though. So, okay, let's go ahead and set this look. And currently, my favorite setting spray is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I love this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face and complete this look. So this is the final look, you guys. I hope you like how it came out. I'm feeling just peachy. Toodles!